Heyo, it's Breezy here with Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. Today we are showing off a Stardust Dragon deck, which this deck took a while to learn, and it's pretty, I don't want to say complicated, but it takes a while to get every combo. I still don't have all of them down. It's very intricate, but we'll be doing a card by card breakdown, and then we'll be doing some PvP duels later. I'm still looking for recommendations on what to play next. I have a few ideas of Fluffle, Battling Boxer, or Lunalight, but let's get into this deck here. Now, first off, 98% of these cards are all found in the Yusei pack. Only cards like Foolish Burial, Monster Reborn, like the generic good spell cards, aren't in here. But basically, the majority and almost every single one of the cards, there's like 3 cards that aren't in the Yusei pack. So once you get that pack, pretty good amount of cards in it, you should be able to build this. So let's go and break it down. Alright, our first card here is Boost Warrior. He's a level 1 warrior card, only 300 attack, but if you control a face-up tuner, you get to special summon this guy, and all your warrior monsters gain 300 attack. He's very good for, in our extra deck, we need to get level 2 Synchro monsters out onto the field to get into our big monsters. So he's useful for that, along with Jet Syncron. That's how you want to make your level 2s Synchro warrior monsters. Next, we got 3 copies of Doppel Warrior, 800 attack, level 2. When a monster is special summoned from your grave, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if this card is sent to the grave as Synchro material, you get 2 tokens that are level 1, which also help you get into your level 2 Synchros. Next is 1 copy of Fleur Syncron. If this card is sent to the grave as Synchro material, special summon a level 2 or lower monster from your hand. Just helps you flood the board with all your monsters when you synchro with this. Next is 3 copies of Jet Syncron. When this card is sent to the grave as synchro, add a junk monster from your deck. And it has a graveyard effect of when this card is in your grave, you can send a card from your hand to the grave and it gets special summoned back out. So that helps. Just keep Jet. You basically can always have a level 1 tuner as long as this guy's in your grave. 3 copies of Junk Converter. This card's a little odd, but it's very good, I think. You can discard this card in 1 tuner, add a Synchron monster from your deck, and then when this card's sent to the grave as Synchro material, you get to target a tuner in your grave and special summon it back out. So that Synchro you sent earlier comes back when you synchro with this guy. So when you use Junk Synchron, which is probably your best card in the deck, we'll get to in a bit, you just get so much bonus. 3 copies of Junk Forward. You really want this card in your starting hand. After that, it's pretty worthless, I don't want to say, but if you have no monsters, you get to special summon this guy out. He's a great first part of your combo. That's about it. I wish I would play more of these, but I'm pretty sticking close to what I found online. If you control a junk monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. As long as you have a junk monster on the field, you get another free 1500 monster who's a pretty high level. Level 4 is the highest monster we run in our main deck. 3 copies of Junk Synchron, who I think is my best normal summonable monster. When this card's normal summoned, target a level 2 monster in your grave and special summon it in defense. 1 copy of Quillbolt Hedgehog. If this card's in your grave, you can special summon it, but banish it. You have to have a tuner monster to be able to do that. So as long as this guy's in your grave, special summon him out when you have a tuner on the field, and just add an extra 2 levels to your synchro play. Road Synchron, 1600, which is our highest attack monster in our deck. Tuner. If you use this card as a synchro summon for Road War, any monster other than Road Warrior, which we're playing, it's basically a level 2 monster. a level 2 tuner unless you're going for Road Warrior, and then that makes it a level 4. But if this card attacks on that turn, it can boost up to a level 5 or 3. You get what I mean? Once it attacks, it gains a level for that turn. 2 Satellite Synchron. This monster's special summon from your grave. Special summon if any monster special summoned out of your grave. Just special summon this card from your hand. And if you have any Warrior, Stardust, or Synchron in your field or grave, this card can become level 4. So it's a level 2 until you have one of those in your grave, and then you activate its ability. He gains 2 levels, then you should make your Synchron play. We have 3 Synchron Carrier, which is a very good card. You normal summon this guy, and then his ability is you get another normal summon for a Synchron monster. I go Synchron Carrier normally into Junk Synchron. And then Junk Synchron will bring something out of the grave. It's a great combo. Last monster is 1 Synchron Explorer. When this guy's normal summoned, target a Synchron in your grave and special summon it. 1 copy of Foolish Burial to help send some of these guys, because we have a bunch of graveyard effects. We want to send them to the grave. This card I'm not a fan of. Return 1 Tuner Synchro monster and 1 non-Tuner Synchro monster you control to the extra deck. Special summon 1 Synchro monster from your extra deck that has a level to the combined levels of the 2, ignoring its summoning adhesions. I've never used this card, but now it sounds really good. It just ignores the summoning conditions of, say, this level 12 Shooting Quasar Dragon, where I could just summon it with 2 other ones. That sounds really good now. 1 Monster Reborn. Everyone should know what that is. Target a monster in your grave, special summon it back out. 1 for 1. Discard a monster from your hand and special summon a level 1 monster from your deck or hand. 1 Pot of Avarice. Target 5 in your grave. Shuffle them back in your deck. Draw 2. Very good in this deck because we fill up our grave quick. 1 Reinforcement of the Army. Add a level 4 or lower warrior. Probably going to want Junk Synchron. This card is also very cool here. When your opponent can't activate in response to this card, and any of your Warrior, Synchro, Stardust monsters, you summon any of them, you can target a monster, or if you Synchro summon into any monster that's Warrior, Synchro, Syncron, or Stardust, you target another monster in your grave, bring it back out every time you Synchro summon, so it just helps you climb them levels up to higher and higher monsters. And then lastly, 3 copies of Tuning. Add a Synchron Tuner from your deck, and then it sends the top card of your deck to the grave. Just helps you get more grave presence. Going back to our extra deck, even I don't know every single ability of these guys, because I don't know. This deck's kind of hard. Level 5 Excel Synchron, which is a tuner. So this is pretty good. Once per turn, send a Synchron from your deck to the grave, and then it increases or reduces this guy's level based on the level of the card you just sent to the grave. So it helps you get to what level you want to make it. Pretty darn good. Now this card is not a Yusei card. This was the only deck from the original list that wasn't in Yusei. I then added this one, so there's 2 cards that weren't Yusei, I think, other than Foolish and Monster Reborn. A Celestial Double Star Shaman. I originally took it out of the deck, and then I added it back in because I noticed I needed it for the level 12s. But when this card is Synchro Summoned, you can special summon up to 4 level 2 non-tuner monsters from your hand or grave, but they have their effects negated. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Synchro. Yo, that's really busted. Oh, what? Why was I not playing this? Well, this is another card that wasn't in the original deck. I just got into so many situations where I needed a level 7 and there wasn't any in the side deck for the original. So I threw in my favorite monster, Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Once per turn, any level 5 or higher monster activates an effect, you can negate it. Or if any level 5 or higher monster targets this card, you can negate it and destroy it. I love this card, and then you steal their attack points for that turn once you destroy them. Next is Formula Synchron, which is probably your go-to level 2 Synchron. It's also a tuner. Looks like this guy's a tuner too. When this card is synchro summoned, you get to draw a card. And then it has another effect where you can quick effect synchro summon into something higher. Do you really need that? Next is Junk Speeder. Requires a Synchron tuner. If this card is synchro summoned, you get to special summon as many Synchron tuners from your deck with different levels as possible. So basically you summon this guy out and you get to grab a level 1 tuner on the field, a level 2, a level 3, a level 4, and you just flood the field with tuner monsters, which can clog your board. But you can also synchro right away with Junk Speeder into something else, which frees up space, and then you've got a boatload of tuners to help go even higher, or into other monsters to help it. And then it also has an effect where it can double its attack if it's attacking a synchro summon monster, or special summoned, who knows. Next up, Martial Metal Marcher, also a tuner monster. If this card is synchro summoned, target a tuner in your grave, special summon in defense, and then a synchro monster that used this card as material as tuner becomes a tuner. If you go into something higher, the higher monster becomes a tuner. Here's Road Warrior, level 8, requires Road Synchron, so you gotta look out for that. Once per turn, you get to special summon a level 1 or 2 lower warrior machine monster from your deck. See how I just use him for his 3000 attack, but you could probably use that ability better than me. I'm a big fan of this Satellite Warrior guy. If this card's synchro summoned, you get to target cards on your opponent controls up to the number of synchro monsters in your grave, destroy them, and then your Satellite Warrior gains 1000 attack for each card destroyed. So you have 1 synchro monster in your grave, or 2, you destroy 2 cards on your opponent's field, and then you gain 1000 or 2000 attack depending on how many you destroyed. This card is synchro summoned, is destroyed, you get to special summon 3 level 8 synchro monsters from your grave. Hopefully you have them there. This guy I never actually got around to summoning, because I'm not that proficient with this deck yet. I'm learning very quickly though. It's very hard to get into level 12, so I took out the other level 12 that was in this deck, Cosmic Blizzard Dragon, in favor of this guy. I don't even know his effect. This card can attack multiple attacks during the battle phase equal the number of non-tuner synchro monsters used for its synchro summon. Once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can activate it and destroy it, or negate it and destroy it. When this card leaves the field, special summon 1 Shooting Star Dragon from your extra deck. So we are playing Shooting Star Dragon, which requires a tuner synchro like Formula Synchron plus Stardust. Once per turn, excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, shuffle them back in, and he gains attack equal to the number of tuners that were flipped up. And once per turn during each player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card on the field, negate it once per turn. And then once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you target the attacking monster, banish it, and negate it. You get one negate and then one block attack during the end phase. Special summon this card. So it's like the Stardust effect during blocking attacks, though. You banish it and it comes back. Stardust Charge Warrior here. Level 6. And when this card's synchro summoned, you get to draw a card. That's it. And it can attack all special summon targets per turn. If your opponent has flooded the field with 4 special summoned monsters in defense mode, he can go and knock all 4 of them out for you. Stardust Dragon, the main dude in this deck. When a card or effect is activated that could destroy a card in the field, tribute this card, negate that card, and Stardust will get banished, and then he'll come back in the end phase. Or he goes to the grave. We're also running Stardust Spark Dragon, also level 8, which has a once per turn effect of targeting one card on the field, and it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effect for that turn. You'd activate that every single turn, opponents and yours. Very useful, protecting your side of the field. Okay, next is Stardust Warrior. I have managed to summon this guy out yet. It took a while though. During each player's turn, if your opponent would special summon a monster, tribute this card, negate the summon to destroy it. He comes back during the end phase, and if this card would be destroyed by battle or would leave the field, you get to special summon a level 8 Warrior Synchro from your extra deck. That's really good. You could just bring out Road Warrior like nothing. Last is TG Hyper Librarian. Every time this card is on your field and you synchro summon into something else, you get to draw a card while this guy's up here. My extra deck, probably just ignore. I never even tested these guys out. I thought they were just cool cards. This card was originally in the deck. It looks pretty dang awesome, but I just never get into the level 12s, so I'm only running one level 12. I should have used Junk Archer instead of Clearwing Synchro. Missed opportunity. I love this card too. Junk Warrior. We have a better extra deck than Junk Warrior. Stardust Assault Warrior is also another option if you don't want to play Charge Warrior. And then this one's just good with tuners and a Junk Link monster. Let's go hop into the PvP duels here and show off our Stardust Dragon deck. Here we go. We're facing Donut Man. He's got Zuzu Boyle as his deck kind of boss. So we'll see what he's playing. He sets one in defense position and one trap. We'll have to break that real quick. I do love my hand right here. Synchron Explorer, interesting. I'm gonna start out by activating tuning. I kind of want to get Jet in my... No, I don't. I'm gonna go for Junk. You never have enough Junks. Ooh. Start out with Synchron Carrier, which lets me get an additional normal summon for a Synchron monster, which targets Junk Synchron. Activate Junk Synchron to bring back that Boost Warrior that got sent. So we now have a level 6 play. Let's throw down Synchro Chase. We have no plays in our hand, so it's time to look to the extra deck. I think Junk Speeder will get the party rolling. And we got that Boost Warrior, so that's gonna be huge. Oh, I needed to put him in the extra deck zone. We definitely need Jet. And then a level 2 and a 3. We'll see how this goes. We're going to be synchro summoning a lot here. We're going to get Formula Syncron on the field. This is going to let us draw a card. We also get a card back from our grave with Synchro Chase. Activate Formula Syncron's effect. Get Reinforcement of the Army. Boost Warrior comes back here. Now we want to go Synchro Summon into Stardust. I want to use this guy. Oh, thank God. Apparently I need to select my tuner first. We go into Stardust Dragon. Yeah, this is going to be a long first turn for our opponent. Who just set 2 and passed. I'm going to activate this guy's effect also. Boost his level. We're going to go into Shooting Star Dragon. Throwing Stardust into the grave. Now we have Shooting Star Dragon. And let's go into TG Hyper Librarian. We probably could have used earlier before we made all them synchro plays. But we wouldn't have been able to do it without our junk speeder. Now it's time to attack. See how many tuners we can pop up on the first 5 cards. Ooh, it's not a tuner. Not a tuner. Not a tuner. We're in trouble. Not a tuner. Oh man. So, Shooting Star Dragon cannot attack this turn. Can destroy this face down. Trick Stars. We end our turn. We do have Reinforcement of the Army. We could have gotten to a level 7 if we wanted. Now, next turn we can get into a level 7. Like Clearwing Synchro. Got Trickstar Live Stage. I want to read my Shooting Star effect again. We'll see. He can burn me by the time I knock him out. Is he taking out my... I'm confused. Oh, if your opponent controls a spell or a card in their spell and trap, they get a free token. Alright. Okay, Shooting Star kind of has the same effect. He links to Holly Angel. Right? This guy breaks our board. We're going to be a problem. Okay, he gets another token. She can now go into a link 3. Holly Angel hits me for 200. Thankfully, he doesn't have the field spell where... Yeah, it's just like a Monster Reborn equip spell. He doesn't have the field spell where all the chip damage is doubled. But it looks like Holly Angel gains attack for each damage I'm taking. So hopefully he can't get more down. Oh no. Go into another link to Trickstar Devardis. This card's in some do 200 damage. He's now higher than us. If your opponent normal or special summons, inflict 200 damage. Oof. Okay, TG Hyper Librarian's going down. Gonna banish him. Negate that attack. Comes back in the end phase. Which triggers his 200 effect. Oh my goodness. Which boosts him up even higher. Do I just go straight to battle phase right now? Oh, he loses attack. Never mind. I'm getting reinforcement of the army. Get a junk servant. Junk servant. We're gonna go junk Syncron. We're gonna take a lot of damage this turn. I can bring back Formula Synchron. Okay. Take damage. Okay, Holly Angel gets more attack. At this point, I can go into Clear Wing. Take out TG Hyper. And then we have to clear this board here, or we're in danger. He's got to have some kind of stop attack kind of spell here. Holly Angel's getting boosted up to 2600. Yo, this deck kind of counters us pretty good. Gotta have a trap. Mirror Force! I can chain to negate it. What else can I chain? Oh, I can negate my own effect. He's still thinking. He takes the damage, gets destroyed, and we're clearing his board. Whew! That negate was giant. Junk Synchron hits in for 1300. Main phase. Coming out, Junk Servant. We can go into Satellite Warrior using Clearwing and Junk. I'll keep that in my back pocket, as that can clear his whole board pretty much. That play. And oh, come on, dude. I was gonna win anyway. I was pretty darn set. I hate to end the video here, but I showed off the deck pretty darn good there. And the combos. And what you want to do. You want to get one of your big monsters out turn one. And you want to sit on it and protect it. And shooting Star Dragon does a pretty darn good job of protecting itself. I could have... I had negates here with Clearwing Synchro Dragon. I had a play where I could go into Satellite Warrior and pop a bunch of his cards on the field. We had 1, 2, 3, 4 Synchro monsters in my grave. So I could have popped 4 cards he had, and then I would have gained... I would have had 6,500 attack. So that would have been pretty darn amazing. I could have just swept right through him there. So I had that well in the bag. And I think that showed it off pretty darn good. I do want to really test out this card more. If you really ignore the summoning conditions, you can just easily get out something like shooting Quasar Dragon. That's our Stardust deck. I think it's pretty darn good. And it's pretty easy to get only using Yusei cards. Let me know what you guys want to see in the future. And I will see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.